Hi, everyone. I am Lisa with Lomax's Allegedly podcast. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. The conviction and trial of Sakiyna Thompson began this past year, 2025, first-degree murder of the July 2022 killing of Kayla Hodgson, 23 years of age, after the jury deliberation that took only 1 hour. The prosecutors said that Sakiyna Thompson flew to South Florida from New York before the murder with the intent of killing Hodgson. Please like and subscribe to our channel. It helps us to stay relevant and research more ways to use our freedom of speech for those victims that are lost or taken due to crime. So, let's get started. According to Sakiyna, she said that she took a flight from New York to Tamarack, Florida, to confront Ms. Hodgson about both of them dating the same man. She said that things got out of hand in the doorway of the Kayla's apartment, which she shared with her mother. Kayla was the only one at home along with her dog. So, while living in New York, Sakiyna was a nail technician. She had a social media platform, about 28 years of age when this incident happened. She had an on-again, off-again sort of messy relationship with a boyfriend named Terrence. And let me tell you, this has been a culture in America on social media where these young ladies feel they have a need to show off a lifestyle that they really don't have, or they will give an illusion of having a fabulous life in order to pull in more followers on their social media account. To look at some of her posts online were a little dark, to say the least. Sakiyna was dating Terrence for about 2 years, which by February 2021. Prior to that, in courtroom documentation, it was said that she thought he was the one. They had met each other's families and so on. But again, after February 2021, things were really messy, and she started becoming obsessed with Terrence and his whereabouts. It was during that same year, without being honest with Sakiyna, Terrence was cheating on her off and on. So, apparently, this must have been like a job for her due to her strong insecurities. Sakiyna felt a need to check his social media, check his phone whenever they were together to see if he was seeing anyone. In March, Terrence was caught again, messing around with a younger lady that was about 19 years old. Sakiyna found out about her and traced her phone number and spoke to the young lady, and nothing ever came of that. But here is a red flag, ladies who are watching this episode. Every time Terrence and Sakiyna get back together, whether it is on shaky ground or not, Terrence still wants his cake and eat it too. So, he cheats, and not only does he deny to Sakiyna and the other woman that he is not seeing anyone else, but he is asked by the new girlfriend, he don't take opportunity to be honest even with the new girlfriend and say, "Yeah, I've got a crazy ex-girlfriend that I can't get away from." During this back and forth, I love you, I hate you crap from both Terrence and Sakiyna, she had been getting pregnant and having miscarriages at least 3 times leading to this incident in July of 2022 when she took a flight to Florida to meet up with one on his girlfriends. This meeting between Terrence and Kayla began later in the year August 2021 at a club in New York where she had worked there. They exchanged numbers and started dating. Terrence had taken photos of Kayla with him at this club. Later, Sakiyna had reached out to Kayla by social media. And that is where things started to go off the rails. Sakiyna began stalking Kayla at every opportunity that she could. When he was not in New York, he was visiting Kayla in Florida. Kayla was said to be a confident and exciting woman. She worked the night shift as a waitress, what they call in the clubs a bottle girl, sort of eye candy for the club scene when pouring drinks to get those to spend a lot of money. She was surrounded by that sort of nightlife in Florida's party scene. I don't have a lot information about this guy that was in the middle of these two women, but I have done so many stories on these love triangles, where most of the time it is usually two women that are duking it out for the sake of a coward of a man, that not only won't choose which woman that he wants, but when something fatal happens, these sorry good-for-nothing men always disappear when something tragic happens. I'm sorry, people, but I must be straight about this. While my condolences go to the Hodgson family for losing their daughter, sister, and friend, Kayla Hodgson, and the way it's always downplayed in the media like the man didn't have any encouragement in this mess. He had to know that Sakiyna was unhinged by the time that she learned of Kayla. He didn't, for the sake of Kayla, try to end the affair her. Ladies, that's a coward in my book. I'm going to step out of this true crime story for just a bit, everyone. I need to say this. Loyalty in a relationship is not proven when everything is going great. Loyalty is proven when challenges present themselves. If another woman can pull you away, and it doesn't matter what she looks like, I'm not checking your followers, I'm not checking your cell phone, I'm not asking your friends, and I'm definitely not competing with women that I don't know. Because you obviously were never mine to begin with. No man or woman in these love triangles are ever worth you losing your freedom behind bars or life in a cemetery. Both of these women were young when this happened. Neither of these women had a chance to show the world their true potential in life. And it is, from what I can see, Sakiyna couldn't see that her life was worth more than to keep chasing a man that had a pattern of cheating. She took on a problem that was not hers to fix. I mean, by murdering this woman is not having control over your ex-boyfriend. People, we can control ourselves, but we cannot control other people. According to court documents, Sakiyna admitted to the mounting of evidence text messages from Sakiyna to Kayla's phone threatening her. And this was done after Kayla had gotten tired of Sakiyna sending her nasty messages to her social media that eventually got blocked. And that's what set Sakiyna completely off. The prosecution says this was premeditation. It was July 13th, 2022, from New York to Tamarack, Florida. Sakiyna had secured her name by using a fake name when calling an Uber ride, and when arriving at the Plaza Hotel where she stayed before getting an Uber over to the Tamarack apartments where Kayla lived, she used a fake name again and the same when returning back to Queen, New York. Apparently, she must have thought that she would have gotten away with this murder, but what tripped her up was there was surveillance inside the Tamarack apartments. The cameras catch Miss Thompson walking down the halls in about the 2 a.m. hour, and then, again, in the 4 a.m. hour. It was said by one of the residents in the building that acted as a witness for the state, said that he can remember that day, a woman dressed all in black, with a black cap, knocking on his door, stating that she had her bag sitting outside in the hallway, and she said that she heard a door close. But later, we learned that this was a tactic for her to explain away why she would be in the building at all. So, the witness closed his door and said that he went back to his, what I would assume, bedroom. The next thing that is said by the witness is that he then heard banging on a door in the hallway, which, we find out through DNA, Sakiyna had an argument in the doorway with the victim. The coroner said there was a slash across the neck and an overkill of 37 stab wounds, all over her body. When police arrived, it was a bloodbath. So, this is later in the day, by this time. Kayla was found by a friend later that afternoon by a male friend whom had been calling her all day with no answer. The door was closed but unlocked. She was lying on her back near the front door. The DNA would of course take time to come back. But a paper trail of online data on social media, threatening text messages to Kayla, text conversation between her and Terrence. Everything was coming to an end. This murder was targeted. Nothing was taken out of the house of value. Money and electronics was left behind. The surveillance caught a woman of the same stature walking down the hallway earlier, but now she was in entirely different clothes leaving from that same hallway, pulling a carry-on suitcase and store bags, looked like from the camera in the hallway, the bags had clothes in them. And the camera caught this woman leaving the building that looked exactly like the woman from earlier, just with different clothes on. They discovered at trial that it was Sakiyna in both videos. She had changed into Kayla's clothes after killing her and walked out of her apartment. The court trial of Sakiyna Thompson happened October 2025. It was 3 years after the murder that Kayla's family and friends were optimistic about the outcome of this trial. They didn't want this woman to get away with this sadistic, criminal thing. The defense team advised her to take the stand and give her side of the story. Miss Thompson said that she only traveled to Tamarack, Florida, uninvited to confront Miss Hodgson about both of them dating the same man. But according to Sakiyna, Kayla went crazy and attacked her with a piece of glass that cut her across her stomach. And she said at the time she was 2 months pregnant with Terrence's child. So she said that she defended herself by killing Kayla. She got life in prison with no parole for the murder of Kayla Hodgson. This is Lisa with Lomax's Allegedly Good Night.